Hey guys, how's it going? Super B 1996 here, and today I have a little mini kind of review for episode Prompto, which recently released for Final Fantasy 15. Now, for those who don't know what episode Prompto is, it is basically an expansion game or DLC for the game, and it basically expands on the story. Now, Square Enix have been doing this for a little while now. They released episode Gladiolus in March, and then we have one more game coming out in December, which is episode Ignis. Basically, these episodes all center around different characters and their stories. I didn't do a review for episode Gladiolus, but I thought I'd do one for Prompto because it is quite a pretty cool bit of DLC for £3. It's not too bad. So basically, these DLCs don't tend to be long. They tend to be about a couple hours long, and that's it. But Prompto was a little bit better in that regard in terms of DLC compared to Gladiolus. Basically, the story takes place when Prompto is not in the party with the gang during the story, and he's in the snowy wastelands, and he's basically just walking about as he does, trying to find help. So he goes into a Magitech facility, and it turns out to be the very first one, and it also turns out to be his birthplace, because, spoiler alert, I should have put that before. Spoiler alert, I'll put a spoiler alert before this video goes out anyway. Prompto is indeed Magitech. He's not human. He is a creation of Niflheim. Yeah, boom. Yeah, so basically that's what this DLC is all about. The story in this is okay. The story in this is much better compared to Gladiolus, where it was just a really silly side tale. This made a whole lot more sense in the whole larger scheme of things. We see some characters which, you know, we wanted to see appear more in the main story, but didn't. So that was always great. The story was pretty short and didn't really go in many directions, but I suppose it really didn't need to be any more complicated than what it needs to be, considering this is just a smaller DLC episode. So it was pretty good, right? There's literally only a couple characters. We see Arden, of course. I won't mention any other characters, but we see Arden, good old Arden, my favourite villain of all time at this point, and he is just doing his wonderful thing at tormenting poor Prompto. Now, in terms of gameplay, the gameplay of episode Prompto definitely had more volume than, let's say, Gladiolus, where it was literally, there was hardly any replayability at all. This one's got side quests, a little nice open area for you to go around. Basically, the gameplay is just so much better in this DLC. You can tell they had more time to work on this than Gladiolus. But yeah, you get to ride about on a snowmobile. You get to the combat is completely different. It was not completely different, but this time you actually get to aim guns, just like in Versus 13 early gameplay footage. The combat feels a bit weird at first, but once you get used to it, it's fine. You know, it's not too much of a big issue to behold. Yeah, and like I said, you get vehicles as well. There's a couple bosses in this. The game's not too difficult. There's a few awkward bits, but it's nothing too hard. Wish there was a little bit more variety in the weapons though, but you know, I ain't gonna complain. So, episode Prompto, did I like it? Yeah, I did like it. Episode Prompto was a nice little addition to the already grand scheme of Final Fantasy 15. It's better than episode Gladiolus by miles, but now with episode Ignis being the next and final one of the trilogy, you know, I just think it's going to get even better, considering we're not getting episode Ignis until December, which is just past the year anniversary of Final Fantasy 15. So, what did you guys think of episode Prompto? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, favourite, all that good stuff, and I shall chat to you all later on.